Well, yeehaw, cowboys and cowgirls. Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship has hit Texas. It's Reliance Stadium here in Houston. Jason Weigandt, Jim Holley. Now, they did have a hurricane sweep through this area months and months ago, and we heard rumors that the roof wasn't going to be able to close here in Reliance Stadium. We were here last year, and there were big windstorms coming through. The roof is fixed, and it's a little chilly, but the weather's not too bad. But there still is a storm brewing, and that's Monster Energy Supercross. We'll first start with that Supercross class. Chad Reed, James Stewart battling it out, and some other contenders had a chance to lead some laps last week. It should be good tonight.
Yeah, Jason, it was nice to see that those other contenders you mentioned coming on the podium there. Kevin Windham led it for about 10 laps. Ryan Villapota was up there. Josh Grant was up there. I think tonight's that fourth different race that we're going to see in the Supercross class. And meaning, I think tonight will be head-to-head, James Stewart and Chad Reed, if, and it's a big if, they can get through that first turn, because the first turn, you go into it, it's a tight left, it's another left, and then it's a tight right. So it's real tight into that first turn, and hopefully the two top guys will get through and everybody will get through safely and put on a good show. But it's going to be exciting. Like I said, it's a little cold out here right now. Yesterday it was about 75, but yeah, it's going to be hot inside there tonight.
And of course, Kevin Windham, perfect time for him to be peaking. Led some laps, got on the podium for the first time this year, last week, and this is a track where he does well on. Remember, he won here last year.
Yeah, and Kevin, that was a design track that he designed and he won on. That was the first one that we saw. But I'm not counting out another Texan, but he comes from Colorado, Andrew Short. You know, he's chomping at the bit for one of his first wins. A lot of hometown races. He's in Texas here. Ivan Tedesco. There's a lot of guys that need to step it up. Unless he's back with his hole shots, hopefully he can get that hole shot and maybe he can run away with it.
Yeah, there are a lot of guys, like we said last week, that need some podiums to get some confidence going. We'll see if they can do that tonight. Now, the real storm brewing, though, this is a surprise. Right here in January, already the opening round of the East Region Light Supercross Championship. A ton of contenders. A lot of the big names, the established champions, decided to race west. So it is wide open here in the East.
And one of the guys that won here last year when this race was a west was Austin Stroop. He's riding the East Coast now, and that presents a little bit of a problem for a lot of the guys because they always traditionally ride the East Coast because of injuries. Gives them a little bit more time to get prepared. Atlanta traditionally starts the East, and that's the end of February. Here it is. What is it, January 24th, and the East is already starting here in Texas. I like it. Christophe Pourcel, the Frenchman, he's going to be here. Nico Izzi for Suzuki. There's a lot of guys, and we don't know how this is going to play out, but I think it's going to play out to be a good series.
I haven't seen a lot of these guys race in a long time. Izzy raced at the U.S. Open. We haven't seen Stroop race since about last June. Christophe Pourcel's been out for well over a year with a major injury he suffered when he was still racing in Europe. Brett Metcalf switching to a new team with Geico Power Sports Honda. He's coming off an ankle injury. Blake Wharton, his teammate, is a complete rookie. What kind of confidence can these guys even have going to the line? Do they know where they stand?
Well, no, and that's the thing. They got to build a foundation here in Houston. Remember that, we've always talked about it's a short series, 8 races, but, tonight's the night where you got to make that main event, and you got to try to come away with some type of a good finish. Another rider that we forgot to mention, Martin Davalos. He's chomping at the bit also. I mean, we haven't seen him race in a long time. There's just a lot of guys. Brandon Jessman coming back on the Canada Motorsport Kawasaki. He's riding also. So, I mean, he's a former champion, so there's a lot of good guys in this East. A lot of guys say, oh, the West has got the 2 champions out there. They got Dungey, they got Sipes, and all these other guys. I think the East is stacked up, too. It's going to be exciting.
It sure is. It's going to be a tight track. Should be some aggressive bar-banging action. We'll give you all the coverage tonight, of course, on our webcast right here on supercrossonline.com, so stay tuned.